Oh, so we're now in almost Zurich. They have different houses in Switzerland and in Belgium. So here, yeah, it's typical Switzerland houses. That's it, we're about to land. Oops. It's very calm here, guys. We're now in Zurich airport and I'm going to the gate E, where I'm going to have my plane bound for Singapore. Hi guys, good morning, welcome, and this is Sean from Keep It Up with Sean. So for today's video, I'm going to show you and tell you about what are the things that I did and prepared for my flight to Philippines. So at the moment, I am now in Zurich in Switzerland, waiting for my connecting flight bound for Singapore. So actually, this trip should have been done 2 weeks ago, but as I have told you, during my PCR test requirement, I tested positive 2 days before my flight, so I was not allowed to travel to Philippines because I should present my negative COVID test. So this trip was rescheduled. It's still the same airlines, but then the stopovers are already changed. So in my first flight, the original flight, it was about Brussels to Switzerland in Zurich, and then from Switzerland to Bangkok to Manila. And that's why in Bangkok I was required to present a travel insurance for COVID, which is with a coverage of $50,000 US. So I already purchased my insurance for my flight, but then I could not fly because I have COVID. So I lost the money that I paid for the insurance. So I rebooked my flight. Luckily, I have my insurance, so they allowed me to rebook my flight. But then, for this rebooking, it took a lot of time for them to find the right time. And the flight schedule that I want to have, I have to pay an extra of 500 euros. So normally I should depart Saturday, but because I have to pay more, 500 euro more, so I said, okay, I'll just stick to what they planned for me. So I'll just follow the suggestions of the Swiss Airlines, because I don't want to pay extra 500 euro, just a difference of three days. So with it. So for this flight, I will show you. It's a very, very tiring flight, guys. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not really easy to fly now to Philippines, and you really need to prepare a lot of documents and a lot of information. So I will just explain to you my flight schedule so that you will have any idea in case you are going to book your flight, so that you will not maybe experience the same experience that I have, or you will learn from my mistake when I did my trip. Okay, so for today's trip, it's very tiring. So I left Brussels around 9:50 in the morning of Tuesday, so it's March 1. And then I arrived in Zurich at 11:20. I have here a layover of 2 hours and 40 minutes, so almost 3 hours. I will be going to wait here in Zurich. And then at 2 o'clock, I'm going to fly from Zurich to Singapore. So tomorrow morning at 9:30 in the morning, I will arrive in Singapore Changi Airport around 9:30 in the morning. And the flight duration is 12 hours and 30 minutes. So can you imagine, guys? So you will be flying from Zurich until Singapore with a flight duration of 12 hours and 30 minutes. And then in Singapore, I have a layover of 10 hours. 10 hours. So I have to wait there 10 hours for 10 hours. Because yeah, that's the suggestion that they give me. Otherwise, I have to pay an extra cost, and I don't want to pay 500 euro for that. And there's no really other option at that moment when I book, because I wanted to. The reason why I'm going to Philippines, because we're going to celebrate the 80th birthday of my mother. But then that's why when I rebooked my ticket, I was planning to be there for her birthday. But then sad to say, then today is her birthday, so I'm gonna miss the birthday celebration of my mother. So from Singapore. So can you imagine, I'm already in Singapore at around 9:30 in the morning, and my flight from Singapore to Manila will just take place at around 7 o'clock in the evening. And I will be arriving in Ninoy Aquino International Airport around 11 p.m. So it's a very, very tiring, guys. So the flight duration between Singapore to Manila is around 3 hours and 40 minutes, so more or less 4 hours. So it's really, really, really tiring. And when I do my check-in in Brussels, the staff of Brussels Airlines, Swiss Airlines are very, very accommodating and very, very friendly. So I just give my baggage. Actually, I was very, very worried, because when I weighed my luggage yesterday evening, I know most Filipinos are like this. We really want to scram all our things in our luggage because we want to maximize the baggage weight that is allowed for us. So Swiss Airlines only allowed 23 kilos, but then yesterday when I weighed my luggage, it was around 26 kilos. So I was a little bit worried that maybe I have to take some of my things from that luggage, and if worst come to worst, then I have to bring it back again to our place. So luckily, the staff was very, very friendly, and I think it is also a good thing if you arrive early, guys. So I suggest, for example, if you have extra kilo in your luggage, I suggest you go early to check in your luggage, so that at that time when you arrive, they are not yet strict with the baggage allowance. Because when you arrive too late, or a lot of passengers has already been checked in, they are now very, very strict with the allowance that they are going to give to the passengers. So that's number one tip. So arrive early for your checking in of your luggage. So it was 26 kilo, and then they allowed me to check in. But then I still have my hand carry and I still have my backpack, so it's still too much to weigh. So my back is starting to pain now, and my arms, because I'm carrying a lot of things. I think my hand luggage is more than 10 kilos for it, so I'm really hoping. So that's my flight for Singapore. So it will be a very, very tiring flight. And then I'm going to tell you guys that when I presented my my itinerary to the staff, they check it. Okay, you are going to Manila. So they asked for my negative PCR test. So they asked for my negative PCR test. So I have it here. So I have So I have a EU digital certificate for vaccination certificate, and for my negative test, I also have my negative test taken 48 hours before my departure. So I have it all. So it's better for you to print it so that it will be easier for you to give it to the staff. So I have everything. And also, because Singapore requires a card, a Singapore arrival card. So I also Singapore SG arrival card and health declaration. So I already filled it yesterday, because you can only fill it up 3 days before you arrive in Singapore. So I filled it up yesterday, I printed it, and then you have your QR code which you need to present just in case if they ask in Singapore. And in the Philippines, they also require One Health Pass. So One Health Pass, it's a requirement, it's a mandatory for all travelers arriving to Philippines. So you really have to present your One Health Pass. You need to fill it up 3 days before your arrival in the Philippines, and there you have to upload your PCR test result and also your vaccination certificate if necessary, if you have it. Yeah? Okay. So I have all my documents, so please you can keep it also digital. You can scan it or save it in your phone just in case they will need it. But I really suggest that you also print it, because it's so easy to present and they can just control it immediately. So I will update you later, guys, when I'm now going to my gate. It's at gate D, so I still have enough time. So I'll try to make videos so that other people will learn from my experience. So see you later. Okay, bye. So guys, that when you are going to transfer to gate A, E, you need to take the train. So you still have to take the train, and the train will take you from the main airport until to the gate E, where you are going to fly to Singapore. Okay? That's it. It's leaving now. Okay, so we are going to the gate E, and that's where the train left. So it's really tiring, guys. So although I know that we need to travel light, but then it's convenient if you travel light. So don't follow me, guys. Don't carry a lot of things. Okay. Very calm. It's not much passengers. So guys, that is for the passport control before you board your boarding for your plane. So there are 3 for Singapore Airlines, for Swiss Airlines. They have 3 counters. So they have 3 counters. One counter is for passengers bound for Cambodia, transit and in Cambodia. The other one is New Zealand and Australia, and the third one is Philippines, Thailand. So there they check everything, guys. So you have to show your passport, your boarding pass, you have to show your vaccination certificate, your PCR test, your Singapore arrival health card and health declaration, as well as your One Health Pass. And also they also require you to download the Trace app from Philippines. So please prepare all documents so that you will not be having any problem. So that's it, guys. So we are now in the plane of Swiss Airlines bound for Singapore. That's it. I think the leg space is well okay. And the seats are also well spaced. So there's two in the right side, 3 in the middle, and 2 on the right side. What do they provide here? They have the flight entertainment. They give us the headset for the headphone, and we have also some blankets, and we have pillows, so enough for you when you to sleep. So hi guys, we are now in the plane of Swiss Airlines, and in I think around 30 minutes we're going to depart from Zurich to Singapore. But it's very calm, guys. Can you imagine, the plane is almost empty. I think it's not much. So I will show you around. The passengers of Swiss Airlines. So I don't think they can make a lot of profit by having this flight. It's not much. And it's me, and then I have 2 spaces, and then I have another one, and here is all empty. It's all empty. Nothing. Yeah. So will update you later. Oh no, it's very calm. So that's the only us traveling. Oh, nothing. As in, guys, it's very masyadong calm ang biyahe na to. I think it's less than 1/3 of the aircraft capacity has been filled with passengers. So I think it's really not easy for the people who are working in this sector. So I can really understand that they have to cancel flight, or they have to increase the fare, because it's not profitable if you fly with only passengers like this. It's really not easy. So I really find it what a pity for the people who are working in this sector. It must be very hard for them that they don't have to work because there's no passengers. So I'm happy that the borders are open again, so that people can start traveling and other people can start earning again their own income to help their family. So I will update you guys, and we will see later on. Okay? So guys, we are 30 minutes late to board, and the reason for that is that there are some passengers who are not allowed to board because they lack some documents necessary for their flight. So they are still looking for their baggage to be removed from the aircraft so that it can be transferred wherever they need to. So please, as advice, prepare all your documents so that you will not experience what happened to the other passengers. So hopefully in 50 minutes we are going to fly, and I will keep you updated later. So this is the lunch that we have, guys. I have chicken here and some rice. they give an option, pasta or something with, and then this one is I choose chicken with mashed potato, I think. So that's it. The dessert, bread,